Hello students, today we are going to do another literary term which is very important in dramas, that is catharsis. Catharsis is a Greek word which was first explained and elaborated by Aristotle in his much famous book Poetics. In Poetics, Aristotle has laid down a number of rules and norms to be followed by tragedy writers. Catharsis is the most important fundamental of a tragedy. It means in English the emotion of pity and fear which arises in the audience's mind when they witness the protagonist suffering from tragedy. Pity and fear. The emotion of pity and fear rises for the person who suffers from tragedy but who is not morally wicked. This suffering is due to two reasons. One, his ill fortune, and second, hamartia. Hamartia is a drawback in his character. It is a Greek word for a shortcoming in the character of the protagonist. If a character is morally bad and then he suffers, we feel poetic justice in it because he is paying for his own deeds. But if he does not have any tragic flaw, then the feeling of poetic justice arises in the minds of readers. Therefore, hamartia is a must in the character of a tragic sufferer. The sympathy or pity arises in one's mind because the person is suffering not for his wrongdoings. And the feeling of fear arises in the minds of the audience when they witness the tragic suffering because they fear that it may not happen to them. If catharsis arises in the mind of the audience, it can be called the success of the dramatist. Shakespeare has written tragedies which were successful due to the catharsis rising in the mind of the audience or the readers. When they witness or read tragedies like Hamlet or Oedipus and King Lear, thus catharsis can rightly be called a purification or purgation of emotions. The purpose of tragedy was to purify the feelings by showing tragedy, and catharsis, which is the weighing scale of its success. In Greek tragedy, we have the emotions of pity and fear when we read Oedipus and Electra. The protagonist suffers from the ill fortune and also pays for his tragic flaws. We feel a kind of poetic justice, but at the same time we also fear and try to reform ourselves. Aristotle has stated his Poetics that while pitying or sympathizing with the protagonist, if the audience even try to reform themselves, though for a short time and a small extent, the aim of the tragic writers has been fulfilled. Thank you.